All right, so I'm using a Sharpie fine point permanent marker pen, and I'm drawing on Boahong 100% cotton hot press paper. And I give you the reference photo here of the Venice Canal, the main canal with the gondolas. And I just sped this up so you don't see me drawing this monotonously. Like I said before in the beginning, that the Patreon members get the trace of this and the slow down full-length version of the tutorial. I've sped it up here and cut up a few parts just for the YouTube purposes. So I'm just drawing this really quickly. And what I talk about in the video is that you just don't have to draw so perfectly. I'm just kind of freehanding this. And that's what a sketchbook or sketching is all about. You're just freehanding the design. You're not sitting there spending hours upon hours with a ruler to get it all perfect. You just want to draw it well enough so that people recognize what it is, where it is, etc., all that good stuff. This is a perfect tutorial if you're actually traveling and want to put it in your sketchbook. So once you're done, you start mixing up some paint. I'm using Princeton 12 Aqua Elite Series brush, mixing ultramarine blue deep and some burnt sienna to get some grays, and I've loosened up some Quinacridone sienna from Daniel Smith, which is a great color. Yeah, I love using that color. It's a very vibrant color, perfect for Italian scenes and buildings. Just going to put it lightly over across the top of that building, right? You see there, the roof. And we're just painting this quickly and fast and loose. Again, it's a loose, wet, watercolor ink and wash. I'm added in some yellow, bright yellow with cadmium yellow deep and maybe a little bit of the sienna and putting that yellow tone in there. Now the photograph shows it much lighter, but you can accentuate it, make it a little more vibrant. You don't have to make it so dull like the dull buildings. It's a little dull, I can say that. And it just needs a little bit more oomph. Exaggerate. That's what your whole point is, learning to play with color and painting and all that stuff. I'm grabbing my Quinacridone sienna, mixing some burnt umber and a little Paynes gray for the buildings on the right that are more brown tone, a little deeper and darker that you see in the photograph. And again, just really quickly loose. I mean, obviously I sped this up a little bit, but for, because you'd be crazy to watch me slowly paint everything. But put the grays in the building, the dome part. Now I want it a little bit more bluer because you can see in the photograph it's a little bit bluer. So I'm adding in some more ultramarine blue deep and then a little top in there. And it's just really just throwing in the paint really quickly. Just kind of squint your eye and look around and you see where those shadows are and all those little details. You don't have to spend hours painting in perfectly the little elements. It's a really just kind of exercise in ink and wash, really loose sketching style to, have a point of view of something that you see. And actually, I didn't even draw in every perfect gondola. I think there was more gondolas than I drew in, which is fine. Now I'm going in and adding in all the elements in the windows, a little bit deeper and darker. So you mix the paint a little bit thicker, less water, and it gets a little bit darker, gray, almost blackish tones, right? And then you can put those little windows in it. Now I'm going to same color. I'm using the same two colors, but adding more burnt sienna to get browns for all those little holes that you see in between the gondolas and the ones in front of it. Playing around with all that. You can get a little bit darker for shadows, etc. Go back in there and put those little poles. And there's some shadows happening around the buildings. I'm getting a little bit darker, as you can see. Super fun. I just love doing the sketchy style. Now I'm mixing Prussian blue with cadmium yellow deep. I'm just kind of washing in real quick all the little trees that we see back there. There's a couple of varieties of colors. I'm just going to throw in one color. I don't want to make it so complicated. It's supposed to be a simple, easy, loose ink and wash design. Right now I'm grabbing my cadmium yellow deep because you see those red poles kind of hanging out there in this little dock. Just throwing that color in really simply. I'm going a little fast, like I said, but you just put those colors in. You don't need to watch it slowly. Put it in there. And I'm grabbing some cobalt for the actual gondolas. Just throw that in there real quick. I love painting on hot press. If you notice, you paint on hot press, the paint just kind of sits on there and it really glides across. And unlike cold press where it seeps in, you probably have to add more paint, use less paint on hot press. It just kind of sits on top of the paper. It's great. And the cobalt, it may be a little bit brighter than what you see in the photograph. Again, I'm taking artistic liberty and I'm just putting in the colors I want. And then the one in front, the gondola in front, I'm adding some ultramarine blue deep to get it a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. I could even add ultramarine blue deep and some Paynes gray to make it even darker, almost like navy tone. So I've added some of that in there, just kind of doing that. Even when some of it's wet, I'm doing that. Now I'm grabbing peacock blue and a little bit of cadmium yellow deep and a little bit of burnt umber. And I'm going to use that for the water because it has a little aqua tint to it. And I'm just going to wash it all across the top and the whole entire bottom area. As you can see, I'm going in between my little drawings and paintings that I did. Just washing the whole entire color in there. Putting it all in. Yeah, it's really great. It's great color. Just the first base of the color. And I mean, obviously you could make it dark if you want. I made it more bright and vibrant because I wanted a very vibrant looking painting. Just because the photograph is that way doesn't mean you have to paint it that way. You don't have to paint it so moody and dark and deep. You can paint it more vibrant. It's your artistic liberty. I'm going to go back in with some of these colors again. The burnt sienna, ultramarine blue deep, a little bit darker, and hit some of those yellows and get some shadows on the right hand side. You know, it's not a sunny day in the photograph, but you kind of maybe want to emulate where the shadows are. And so I'm just going around to where the shadows I think they would be and putting those in. And deeper and darker on the buildings on the right. You know, adding a little bit more blue, getting more grayer, and getting a little darker in some of those areas, like some of those columns. There's like a doorway in there, and all these little architectural details. Again, I just kind of doodled them. I didn't really make them perfectly. You get the sense of where it is and what it is, and then adding the shadow on the right-hand side of the domes, all that good stuff. You know, just to get the depth of the three-dimensionality of it. You don't have to make it so complicated. And just, as you see, I'm just putting in quickly all the little grays all around. Just squinting my eyes, just seeing where they are, where they're lying. It's always good to squint your eye and see just the basic shapes of color and the lights and the darks and where the values are going. You know, I'm adding a little gray for these little architectural details again. They're on the building over there. And a little bit more gray on the side for shadow. Just keep going in there and filling it all in until you feel satisfied that I think I got enough, right? That's working. And there's just, I just felt like these buildings right here are kind of dull, so I just add a little bit of grays in these. Again, artistic liberty, do what you want. You know, add a little color, not color, add some patterns, go crazy, right? So I'm going back in with the peacock blue and some cobalt, and I'll even throw in a little bit of ultramarine blue deep, and getting this little colors a little bit darker for the water in the foreground or the little ripples in the water. And I've added a little more cadmium deep to get the green color that's underneath the boat. So shadow, reflection. So it's like a deeper green, a little bit turquoisey, you know. I wouldn't say it's so blue, but it feels like a little deeper blue, a little deeper green. I don't even know if this is the nicest color, perfect color for it. It might have to get a little bit darker, but I'm just putting it down and see if I like it. And I still think it might be lighter. I'm going to go back in probably and add more color. I just feel like it's not dark enough, right? I'm going to make a deeper, darker green. So I've added some yellow, some more peacock blue, and some more ultramarine blue deep. Just get a deeper, darker color. Play around with it for yourself. You can make it turquoisey, more blue, whatever. And now I'm adding the little ripples that you see in the water and those colors all around. Take your time, and little teeny ones in the background. You don't have to show every single ripple you see in the photograph. You can just suggest it. A little suggestion of it, a little bit here and there is enough, right? And again, I could have made my water a little bit deeper and darker. I might go back in later on and add a little wash of color. Playing around with it, I'm adding more ultramarine blue deep, getting this really darker, and adding some of those colors. There are some reflections and shadows coming from those poles too. I'm going to have to put those in the front, those three poles that are right in front of you, like the foreground. There's a reflection hanging from those. It looks like it's an extended pole, but actually it's a reflection. So I'm going to get them a little bit darker with some more deeper brown, you know, and more on the right-hand side than left-hand side. Then I'll go back in and I'll add that shadow tone. I'm fixing all my little poles here. Just, you know, punching it up, accentuating it, making it look more vibrant. You always want to add more deeper values as you go along. Start off light, add the darks as you go along. So I am going to add the reflection color, ultramarine blue deep, and I added some Paynes gray, and I'm just going to go straight down and wiggle it as you see in the photograph and add that reflection, right? Just removing the photograph at this point, really didn't need so much. We're pretty much almost done. I'm just adding the reflection, and it's going to play around adding some deeper values for the ripples that you see in the water. using that same color that I did in the reflection, playing around with that. Do-do-do-do. Like I said, don't go so crazy with the ripples because you make yourself nuts. And you don't have to paint every nook and cranny. Just playing around with like adding more color. I'm adding a little bit more blue and going back in here and adding those little deeper, smaller, tiny ripples way in the background that you see. And I'm probably going to do a little wash in the front. I don't know. I'm going to play around with that a little bit. Yeah, just fill in all my little ripples. So I like how my painting is a little bit more vibrant than the photograph. It's kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have this dull, dreary. I could do that. I could make it more moody. I could have more really softer elements, a little bit deeper and darker and grayer, not as vibrant. So I'm adding those darker, reflection lines here, ripples. I'm washing in some color over the color that I already have in the foreground, playing around with that, see if I like it. I might not like it. I might want to lift it out a little bit. Just putting that blue color. And you notice I didn't put the sky in. I didn't feel like it. You don't have to put the sky in. You don't have to do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm lifting out some color, just a little too much in some areas. So I didn't put the sky in. It's kind of more of a vignette style. You could put the sky in if you want. I chose not to. Just going to finish it off by adding a little bit more in the background. Some blues, whatever colors that make sense, little ripples. And if I wanted to add more shadows, I'll go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go add a little bit more shadows with the gray tones and the buildings. But I think it's pretty much done. And a little bit more vibrancy on my little gondolas with the cobalt. Just go back in there. If the paint is kind of diluted a little bit, it's gotten too light, you can go back in for another little round and put some more color on top of each other. That's called glazing. And just finish it off that way. A little bit vibrant. Especially if it looks, you don't want just flat color because that looks kind of boring. You want to add in the different values and make it a little bit more deeper. So I added some pyrorubin to some burnt umber and got a little bit darker on that roof, on those dark buildings on the right-hand side, playing around with it a little bit, all that good stuff. And going back with my ultramarine blue deep, a little bit of grays, kind of just tweaking everything. You have to look at everything. Maybe even get the building dome a little bit darker. Like, again, you don't want to make it so dark. It's just subtle, right? You want the lights and the darks to be subtle on this. Just figuring out where all my grays are that I'm missing, filling in all the windows, the doorways, if I want to make the dome a little bit darker. Just, make it more three-dimensional by adding the other value. Take your time with it. It's a super fun exercise. Try just drawing freehand really quickly, buildings or even any objects you see, and then doing the same thing, washing in the colors really quickly. I think if you go super slow, you overthink things, and the outcome is just a little bit more tight. It's like overworked, that kind of situation. This we're trying to make really, really loose, kind of just showing like the essence of where we are, what it is. And everybody kind of knows that's Venice, obviously, with the gondolas in the building. So you don't have to make it perfect. So as I stated before, if you want a slow down, longer version with the traceable, go check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box below. And happy painting!